Hey everybody, today I'm coming at you with a different video. It's not really a airdrop guide, it's a little bit different, but this channel's all about growing your wealth, trying to make the most money you can, and just helping you find the right tricks and finding the right opportunities. That being said, I'm not a financial advisor, and I debated really hard and long before I made this video, but I felt it was a topic worth discussing and a video worth putting out there because I've had so many people reach out to me in both my personal life and through my networks in crypto to ask me this question. So today we're going to talk about, is now the right time to buy Bitcoin? And there's a lot of answers to that question. So dive in with me as we talk about, is now the right time to buy Bitcoin? If you like this kind of content, please consider dropping me a like, a subscribe, a comment. It means a lot. Let me know what you think. So let's get into it. Now, I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. If a Bitcoin maxi were making this video right now, they'd be telling you there's no bad time to buy Bitcoin. But I'm not a maxi. I'm here to make money. Do I believe in the space and believe in a lot of the tech? Absolutely. But I'm here about trying to find financial independence, growing my wealth, potentially retiring early. So I believe that there is a wrong time to buy Bitcoin. Absolutely. And there's a bad time price-wise, and there's a bad time in your personal, depending on your stage of life. You could be in a spot where it's a bad idea in your life to buy Bitcoin right now. So I'm going to break that down. So let's talk about where we are with Bitcoin and the Bitcoin price. First of all, this is recorded on January 15th of 2024. We had the Bitcoin spot ETF approvals about 5 days ago. So this video is made in that context, and there are a lot of other factors that also play into that decision. That being said, if the Bitcoin spot ETFs brought you here, I think that's great because although the price might not be perfect, you're at an optimal time in the Bitcoin cycle. When we talk about the Bitcoin cycle, it's a 4-year cycle of how the price action in Bitcoin normally moves. It starts with the halving. In the 18 months after the halving, the Bitcoin price normally skyrockets and peaks around that 18-month mark. And then over the next 24 months, the Bitcoin price slowly drops, or can drop pretty dramatically over about a 12-month period, and then slowly starts rising again into that halving. If you're wanting to buy and put all of your money into Bitcoin right now, I probably wouldn't suggest it. I think that going all in is, you're taking a bit of a risk. We could continue to see a pullback. We haven't had the halving yet, which is sometime around April 20th, and usually is kind of the big driver for price, and we tend to have a double bottom, which we haven't had yet. So if we're looking at that scenario, diving all in right now might not be the best idea. DCAing every day or once a week might be a slightly better idea for entering the Bitcoin market, just because we did just have the ETFs get approved, so there was a lot of hype driving the price, and we're still waiting on the halving to really kick off the full bull market. So, okay, that's a mixed bag. That being said, Bitcoin's still only at right around 40,000. Its all-time high is 60, and a lot of people are talking about a $140,000, $180,000 Bitcoin this cycle. We're not anywhere close to a cycle top on Bitcoin right now. In the short term, you can never predict price action. That's why I'm saying, if you're just wanting to ease into the market, DCAing, taking a dollar cost average of buying the same dollar amount every week or every day might be a good strategy. We could still see a little bit of downside. We're up about we're up a 2x from the bottom. We bottomed at about 15,000. So, there's some room for some downside, but there's tons of room for upside. So, ease your way into the market. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, and as we're going to dive into, the personal situation, you've got to see if it's the right time in your personal situation and evaluate that for yourself. You obviously need to make decisions for yourself and decide whether it's a good opportunity for you, and we'll explore some personal factors that might impact whether buying Bitcoin right now is the right time for you. But in terms of where we are with the Bitcoin price and the Bitcoin cycle, a lot of the check marks are green on that checklist. Yes, there's a little bit of uncertainty in the short term, but in general, the price is holding around that $43,000 mark, and I think could hold there into the halving. So I think you could potentially capitalize on some massive gains and position yourself well for the next 18 months in the Bitcoin cycle. So let's talk about if it's the right time for you in your personal life situation. We've talked about the Bitcoin price and where we are in the cycle, but let's look at where are you in your life cycle? Where are you financially in your financial health? I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know your personal financial situation, and so it will be up to you to make these decisions. That said, here are some kind of criteria or ideas to think about to decide whether it's a good time for you to be investing in Bitcoin right now. 1, are you living paycheck to paycheck? If you're living paycheck to paycheck, then I would say maybe not the right time for you to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price can be volatile over short-term periods, and so I can't guarantee you that in 2 weeks the Bitcoin is going to be worth more than it is right now or equal the same. It could very well likely be worth less than it was when you bought it. 2, if you're sitting in any major credit card or personal loan debt, so unsecured debts. I'm not talking about your mortgage. I'm not even talking about student loans unless you've got private student loans that are at 8, 10+% interest. If you got major debts like that, focus on paying down your credit card and your other debts. That way you are setting yourself up for being in solid financial footing. 3, you have an emergency fund. If you've got at least 3 months of expenses saved in a high yield savings account, then you know what? You're potentially in a good situation. With 3 to 6 months set aside, you're not worrying that, oh, your car breaks down or your dog needs to go to the vet or the water heater breaks. You're not immediately thinking, I got to go sell my Bitcoin because I've got to pay for this. You've got that 3 to 6 months of emergency funds, so you're set up and comfortable. And then the other part is do you have a long enough investment time horizon? Are you looking to buy a house the next year? If you're looking at that, then I don't necessarily suggest going for Bitcoin right now. Set aside that money in GICs or high yield savings accounts to help and plan for your purchase. If you've got at least 18 months, I would say perfect. You're here at the right time. If you don't have any major expenses planned, then this could be a great opportunity for you. Even if you've only got an extra $100, you've got your budget, you've got money going into all of your different retirement accounts, setting aside your little bit of fun money, and you've got $100 a week to put into Bitcoin. Perfect. And you can just let that Bitcoin sit for the next 12 to 18 months. Perfect. Because although I can't guarantee, I'm not a genie and I can't forecast for sure, but based on where we are in the Bitcoin cycle, in 12 to 18 months, Bitcoin will be substantially higher than it is right now. And so you are in a time horizon where you can capitalize on that growth without stressing your current financial self and without taking unnecessary risks. If you're a student and you live with your parents and you work a part-time job and you've got that extra $100 a month, a week, whatever, that's a perfect opportunity. Set yourself up early, whether it's with the spot ETFs. If you want to go check out my video on the 100x podcast, I dropped a whole episode on how it could be more beneficial to buy Bitcoin in one of your retirement accounts with the spot ETFs than it is buying direct Bitcoin. So go check that out. I think there is plenty of opportunity for you. Just take into consideration your personal situation. If we look at the 4-year Bitcoin cycle, we are sitting at a prime time to invest into Bitcoin. That being said, just because it's a prime time in the cycle to buy Bitcoin doesn't mean that it's a prime time for you in your life to buy Bitcoin. So this is not financial advice. This is not me telling you to go buy Bitcoin right now. This is me helping you decide what is best for your financial future and how you will become wealthy and if you're ready to take those steps in your financial journey. If you like this kind of content, please consider dropping a like, a subscribe, a comment, a share. It really means a lot. I'm Aussie, and thank you for watching.